Bonjour, hello everyone. I'm Nata, host of the Nata PR School podcast. You're a successful entrepreneur or marketing manager and you're about to launch a new product or service, or you've been selling your goods for quite some time, but you want to learn how to increase your visibility, get known, and reach more clients? At Nata PR, we deal with real clients every day and we'll teach you simple, fun, and honest PR solutions. You'll learn easy steps to combine PR to social media right now. Keep listening and let's get started. Bonjour, hello, and welcome to this 72nd episode of the Nata PR School podcast. Yes, 72. Brands with a story. I've shared of our experience at Nata PR with what we call brands with no story, phantom brands sometimes, but brands with no story. That's how I call them. Doesn't mean they don't have success. Sometimes they can have huge success, but it means in my own definition that they haven't communicated a lot on their own story. And some of these brands have seen their market shares melt like snow in the sun. And of course, since the pandemic, all of a sudden they want to be visible on web and increase their sales, right? So I thought it would be interesting to talk about the brands that have stories, those with story. Now that we've spoken and I've talked about brands with no story in a previous episode. Why? Because many of them are clients at the agency and they come to us because they want to amplify what they've been promoting and telling. So they are interesting brands because they already have a story that we can keep telling, amplify or adapt or tell segments of the story they haven't pushed. So it's very interesting to work with them for us, obviously. Even if I love sometimes working with brands with no stories, because then we can create it or we can really find a new way to tell it. But these brands with a story have many points in common. And this is what I want to share with you just to make you think about their brands. Maybe you're one of them. So these are the 5 things brand with a story have in common. So the first thing is that these brands, founder, creators, they're still around, and very often, and they are available to share their story with the press or with influencers. So for us, it's a huge asset because then we have access to these spokespersons because they know they were there. So media love to speak to the founders of those brands, or if they are the creator, they love that. The second point they have in common, they have been using online or traditional campaigns, publicity campaigns, public relations, even sometimes since their very beginning, from their first days. Number 3, the third thing they have in common, they've already built a very active community. So they are online already. They've been online for many years. Number 4.4 they have in common, they understand the strength of combining public relation with social media. Point number 5, they know how to work with agencies. That's very powerful. So they know how to work with public relation ad agencies, marketing, or even marketing influencer agency. So brands with a story have these 5 points in common. Very often the creator, the ambassador, or the founders are around to tell their story. They've been using online traditional campaigns. Well, let's say they know publicity quite well. They've already built a very active community online. They understand the power of PR and social media, how to combine them, and they know how to work with agencies. I love to make lists when I'm preparing podcasts because then it makes my brain think clearly. And so today I'm sharing another list with you and 6 things that these brands with story are looking for. The first thing they're looking for when they choose an agency, when it comes to choosing agencies, they want these agencies to be partners, not just providers. Number 2, this means also that they look for agencies that can guide them, help them grow. That's the number 2. The number 3 they're looking for, they want agencies that give them strategic advice. This is really important, and this is what we're able to do at Nata PR. Many companies do work with agencies. They are happy with what's happening, and even if some of them agencies generate some great results, but what they want is the strategic advice because they want to go further. And the fourth point thing they're looking for, these brands, they're looking for agencies that are really offering a crazy service, like unparalleled service. And mostly what it means is they are looking for agencies that will listen to them, but will also tell them what they think, honestly. To me, that's what it is. Number 5 that they are looking for, they're open to agencies' ideas and suggestions. As much as they want their partner to listen to what they have to say, and they are also open to suggestions, and they listen to their agencies, which is amazing. The number 6, which is probably the most important one, is they listen to their clients. That's point number 6. So they have in common what? When they come to choosing an agencies, they are looking for a partner. They're looking for a guide that can help them grow. They're looking for an agency that can really give them high strategic advice. Number 4, they look for agencies that give unparalleled services, highly high service. They're open to agencies' ideas and suggestions, and they also, point 6, listen to their clients. When I made these lists, the point 5 and point 6, what they have in common and what they're looking for, I'm thinking about clients at the agency that are in different fields. They're not just in one field. They can be in beauty market. They can be food, product, fashion. But very often they are independent and don't belong to large groups. Some have only been around for a few years, but they've really created a very strong online community. And some others may have track records longer than 20 years, but they also have created their online community a while ago, and they've been telling their story from the very beginning. This is a huge difference. So they can be brands also that have been around way more, 100 years. We have a new client at the agency that I love because now it's the 5th generation taking over the company. And so imagine that all this knowledge, this know-how that's been kept generation after generation. I'm really touched and honored to be able to work with these brands that keep telling their story and keep touching and improve their clients, and of course improving their products. It's really incredible. So they really, really, really kept their heritage, which is a beautiful and human thing that I just love and enjoy working with. But there are the younger brands really often are successful. Why? Because they were able to sense these trends. And right now, as you can probably guess, so the vegan brand is a big one. The organic, green, and natural trends are really, really upcycle. We have so many buzzwords out there. If you want to know and where to find those trends and understand the trends, very often what I suggest my clients is read any newspaper in your country and look where they speak about products. So look in the consumer business and look at the trends, what they are talking about. And if you do that for a week at least, or even a few weeks, you'll see those trends there. And because they are also, these journalists, they want to talk about what their readers are looking for. So this is how we find the trends as well. So of course, there's nothing better than our public relations services combined with social media for telling their story. Keep telling the story of these brands with story, right? So we can really amplify. It's a lot of fun to do that, as you can imagine. Even if I personally love working with brands that haven't communicated a lot, but these brands, there's something easier, as you can imagine, because they understand how further they can go if we keep telling their story. Media love, even influencers love meeting these leaders who founded these companies, or those who really acquired them and are preserving the heritage of the company. And these companies have really grasped that nothing moves people more than a good story. And here's my third list of this podcast. So why do they have success? 5 different ingredients. So the ingredient, they have success because they know what their customers are looking for. 2, they're listening to comments from their community. Number 3, they are in contact with them. They are conversing with their consumers through social media, so direct conversation. And sometimes they even have Facebook private groups. Sometimes it can be Slack or on any other application, but maybe you're a member of these, or a few of these private groups. Even on Instagram, on LinkedIn, there's so many associations that starts kind of those groups. They're more professional groups, but they're kind of this. They have the same role. Number 5, they're not afraid of change. That's really something that I see in all these brands with a lot of success, with a story, brands with story. They really embrace change with their agencies, with their employees. So these are the 5 reasons why they have so much success in what I see at the agency. They know what their customers are looking for. They're listening to their customers. They're in direct contact with them. They speak to them through consumer services sometimes, but very often through social media. They work with influencers too, number 4, and they're not afraid of change, number 5. There's a lot to say about these brands with a story, and this is also telling your story is step number 2 in our Nata PR model, the 6-step Nata PR model that I give you for free if you register on our website, natapr.com. In exchange of your email, you will receive our model for free. And step number 2 is extremely important. So when you work with us, you decide to be part of one of our cohort. There's a 12-week program where we really define all of these and create those tools you need. The press releases you need, the calendars, what are secrets to capture the interest of any media, influencers. So we teach you that, and we work with you, we accompany you in building those tools. And of course, telling your story is a big part of this model. So hopefully, I'm also inviting you. Yeah, I'm forgetting that if you want to hear a good story too from an entrepreneur that's been around for more than 20 years, you can listen to episode number 50, where I'm talking with Yoga Jeans. The founder is Eric Wazana, so Yoga Jeans, and he has a very interesting story that we've been telling over and over, and that we plan to tell again in the coming year with different angles. So if your company wants to keep being more successful, you can contact me and I can tell you what are the next steps you should be taking wherever you are. If you have success or you're just at the beginning, I love to hear from you. So you can really book a free consultation with me. You can click on the link right there, or send me an email at natapr.com, and I do answer all my emails. I really hope you've enjoyed this episode, because myself, I do listen to many different podcasts because they really stimulate my brain and my creativity. So I hope I'm doing the same thing with you, and I'm helping you understand how important promotion is in your marketing plan, how you can integrate PR in your marketing plan. And of course, you know where to find me, and hopefully you'll be joining us next week. À la semaine prochaine. Hey, you want to learn more about how to implement PR strategies? Head on to natapr.com and get on our list. You will also receive the Nata PR model on how to create a successful PR campaign. If you want to become a client, just send us an email to nata@natapr.com. Talk to you next week. À la semaine prochaine.